Marvel's Phase 5 was kicked off by Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, and with the Ant-Man counterpart being Karloff. The counterpart to Quantumania will be the third Karloff movie called Karloff and the Bringers of Doom. The story would revolve around Karloff being confronted by the Oni as they attack Metalonia. The main villain will be the Kang counterpart, that being the Omega. Karloff would defeat the Omega and Oni in this film, which would have been insane to think about, but Scott defeated Kang, so I had to do something like that here. The next film is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, and its counterpart will be the final Elemental Masters movie called Elemental Masters Volume 3. The Elemental Masters are invited to the Tournament of Elements held by Master Chen. The group start to fight amongst themselves as Chen offers them all the others' powers. At the end, the team learn that Chen actually was planning on using their elemental powers to revive the Anacondrae. Despite their efforts, the team fails to stop Chen from reviving the Anacondrae, but they manage to trap him in his own island. Afterwards, the team decide to split up, and that ends the Elemental Masters. Next was Secret Invasion, and the counterpart would be a show called Rise of the Snakes. The Serpentine tribes would come to terrorize Ninjago City after the events have crystallized, with only Scales going against the tribes. He assembles a small team of heroes in Purple Ninja Nelson, Echo Zane, Dareth, and Antonia. The show would end with the Serpentine being defeated by the group. After Secret Invasion was I Am Groot Season 2, so we would have Mr. Pale Season 2 with just shorts of Mr. Pale after the events of the third Elemental Masters film. Next was Loki Season 2, and we would have a Garmadon Season 2 as the equivalent. It would have to end the Kang equivalent storyline, like what the Loki show did, so I would have it where Lord Garmadon hunts all the Oni, including the Kang counterpart, the Omega, with his adventures ending in him being unable to return to Ninjago. After that was the sequel to Captain Marvel in the Marvels, so Skylar would get her sequel film in Skylar Amber Spiral. Amber Spiral would have Skylar come to confront her past as her father escapes his own island to terrorize Ninjago. Skylar, along with Misako and Vania, would defeat Chen, but Misako would be teleported to another realm at the end of the film, like what happened to Spectrum. What If got a Season 2, so Ninjago Reimagined would also have such, with the season expanding on the other realms explored. 5 episodes based on the Lego Movie realm, the Lego Ninjago Movie realm, the Cursed Realm, the Departed Realm, and Imperium. Afterwards was the Echo show, so I would have an Echo Zane show to be the Echo equivalent. The show would revolve around the creation of Echo Zane along his time after crystallized. Deadpool and Wolverine was a unique Phase 5 movie, with it being a continuation of a franchise outside the MCU. I came up with the counterpart, with that being the third Lego movie named the Lego Movie The Third Part. Emmett and Batman would serve as the counterparts to Deadpool and Wolverine in this universe, as they would go about trying to stop the Joker from unleashing chaos to the other realms. We would also see counterpart cameos of Blade, Gambit, Elektra, X-23, and the Human Torch with Metalbeard, Benny, Princess Unikitty, and the Chris Evans Human Torch equivalent would be Lego Movie's minor character Wally, since he is voiced by 2017 Ninjago movie Lloyd's voice actor, Dave Franco. Next installment to Phase 5 is Agatha All Along, and it would be a show about Gandalaria, as she does witchcraft like Agatha, which is why this is here. After that is your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, and its counterpart being self-trained Wannable Ninja Aaron. The show would be based on telling what happened to Aaron in the gaps between films, like between the gap of Legacy of the Green Ninja and Crossroads. Eyes of Wakanda's counterpart would be Kingdom of Melopia, where we would learn the history of the kingdom and the endless sea. After that will be Captain America Brave New World, and I am choosing to do something entirely different and have it be about Lego Ninjago Movie Lloyd rather than a new Green Ninja. The film would be called The Green Ninja Green Destiny, and it would take place after the events of the Lego Ninjago movie, where Lloyd tries to connect with his father. The main villains are the generals fired by Garmadon would came to seek revenge against the two. The story would lead to a total fallout between father and son that causes Lego Ninjago movie Garmadon to unleash his Oni powers and nearly kill Lloyd. Daredevil Born Again would have its counterpart be a show about Ronin, where we see Ronin's origins, his crimes, and an introduction to the village of Styx. The Thunderbolts counterpart will be a movie about the Council of the Crystal King. It might be weird that the very council that worked for the Dark Lord would be the Thunderbolts equivalent, rather than the new ninja or those Bizarro ninja. However, the Thunderbolts are supposed to be a group of villains rather than just the ninja but evil. So this film would have the council try to find a way to rule Ninjago, only to have them reform by the end. The entire council, excluding Mr. F, would appear as Mr. F had been destroyed in the Endgame equivalent. Marvel Zombies will have a counterpart in a show called Possession, where we would explore the ghosts throughout the Cursed Realm. For the final installment of Phase 5 we are going to discuss about is the equivalent to Ironheart, and I choose to for a film about Wildfire to fill that role, since Wildfire is related to Kai, who is the Iron Man counterpart of this universe, and Iron is related to Stark, so I had Wildfire have her own film here.
For the final phase of the Realms saga being Phase 6, I am going to divide that phase into 2 parts, like what I did for Phase 3 of the Spinjitzu saga, since we will be dealing with 2 confirmed massive Avengers films being Avengers. Doomsday in 2026 and Avengers, Street Wars in 2027. So I will divide up with Part 1 dealing with everything leading up to the Doomsday equivalent in Doomsday itself. Then Part 2 would deal with the rest of the phase, including the Secret Wars equivalent.